Two dudes, one VHS. Rewind the time, no need to guess. Pop it in, press play, don't stress. It's a movie night, pure retro mess. Old tapes, big last memories flash. We're kicking it back when classics last. So grab some snacks and don't you fret. Two dudes, one VHS.
Hey, everybody. We're back again. I'm Alex.
I'm Roma.
And we got our guest again.
Morning, gentlemen.
His mug's cooler than yours, Roma.
Yeah, mine's just, just a little tad too big. It's all good.
I thought it was topical.
It's fitting for today.
I don't have a mug. I don't have anything. Sorry, guys.
But yes, I'm Brett. Good to see you gentlemen again.
Yeah, welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. You know what? I was thinking about doing something for this video, but I got so busy that I just didn't have time to arrange it. I'll let you guys know what I was going to do. Roma, you're wearing a hat today, but I was going to try to order a bald cap off of Amazon.
Oh, my man.
Wow.
I was going to throw it because I feel so out of place. And the comment was made previously on Instagram. But I got so wrapped up with this stuff, I never looked for one. And
I think you would look pretty good with it. Yes.
Oh, yeah?
All the way.
Yeah, just
Nice
shave it off.
shine all the way back.
Yours will grow back.
I got to figure out the lighting in this room because I could really get a glare going there.
And mine today is too dark. I don't understand what's going on here. Well, everybody, thanks for tuning in yet again, whether you're listening on YouTube or Spotify or I think that's it.
Those are the only two that we have.
Those are the only two
that we have.
So we appreciate it. Today we are doing the 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Cowabunga.
Well, let's go through some information. Obviously, it's from 1990, directed by Steve Barron, which isn't a name I'm familiar with. I looked through his list. I wasn't impressed. Writers, Kevin Eastman and Peter, how do you pronounce it? Laird?
Probably.
I always went with Laird.
Laird, yeah.
That could be wrong.
Creators, obviously, of Ninja Turtles. And Bobby Herbeck. Also, nothing really going on in Bobby's list. So, nothing to chat about. Now, starring, it's tough. I didn't write everybody because obviously we've got the motion actors, the student actors. We've got voiceover actors. Then we've got actual celebrities like Judith Hoag. Again, I don't know how to pronounce that one either.
Right.
Hoagie? I don't know.
I think you nailed it.
Okay. Judith. We'll call her Judith. That's fine. She was in Armageddon. Nothing else really stood out to me. Do you guys remember her from anything?
No.
No.
Other than this
Armageddon,
movie, no.
the Bruce Willis Armageddon.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
one.
Nope. Don't remember for that.
I don't even remember seeing her in that.
She is a great April. I really
fantastic.
like Great April. I did. We've got Elias Kute. What's with these goddamn names?
We have Elias.
Elias, yes.
Just
So
go
he was
first
Casey
name.
Jones, obviously. He's been in a bunch of stuff. I remember him fondly from Almost an Angel. Have you guys seen that one?
Ooh,
Yes.
not familiar with that one.
With Paul Hogan, Crocodile Dundee.
Yes.
Such a great movie. Really enjoyed it. James Sato.
Just say the first name, man.
So Shredder. Apparently he was in Iron Fist, the Disney Plus show, or the Netflix show, sorry.
Really?
I don't remember in it. I have to go back and see that. He was also in Die Hard 3.
Oh,
He
don't
plays,
know.
his credit is Korean proprietor. So he must own like a convenience store or something.
just a blink and you miss it role.
Yeah, I need to go back and also see that.
Disrespectful to the Shredder.
So disrespectful. I had no idea that the Shredder was dubbed over too. I thought that was his voice, but it's not.
I always assumed. I knew the Turtles were different, but
Yeah.
always assumed
Shredder
that
too.
Shredder's voice was, in fact, Shredder.
Yeah, so strange. Sam Rockwell. He's also in this. Do you guys know who that is?
Oh, yeah.
I do not.
Sam Rockwell.
Psychopaths, all sorts of things. Iron Man 2.
Iron Man 2. He was, what was his name now? Hammer. Justin Hammer. The competition.
Okay. Right.
He was in Galaxy Quest. He played Rock.
Oh, yeah.
Security Chief Rock, I guess. God, he was in Green Mile. He was the lunatic.
Yeah, he's that sleazy
Yeah.
inmate there.
He was real good in that.
I can't tell you how many times I've watched this movie, and it was only just a handful of years ago that I realized that was Sam Rockwell.
Right. He's got, it's not a small part because he's got a few lines in a couple different scenes.
Yeah.
Which Yeah, I too had no idea it was him until someone on social media posted I was today years old when I realized this. Me too. Shit. I didn't write down all the voiceovers. Corey Feldman was the most notable.
Yeah.
He voices
Yep.
Donatello. If you guys are fans of Police Academy, Leonardo is the Asian fella from Police Academy.
Okay.
I didn't write down his name. It's just something I knew. Yeah, and I like the cast. I like all of the cast. I don't think anybody was cast incorrectly.
No,
Oh no.
for the movie itself, when it came out in 1990, I don't think it was cast incorrectly. A lot of the people I think they weren't going for names because they were already spending a lot of money on special effects and like the costumes and all that other stuff. So they were trying to go with less budgeted actors and actresses for the movie, and who they chose were actually really good for the movie for its time.
Yeah.
Absolutely nailed it. When I gave this a rewatch there, like every turtle has its own individual character, and the actors portraying them just bring out the essence of each character perfectly.
Yeah, I totally agree. I was very surprised though with the Corey Feldman casting. I didn't. It seems like he's the highest budgeted actor in the movie.
True. He was everywhere in
Probably.
the 80s and early
He was.
90s.
He was everywhere. So everybody else, not so much.
Yeah.
So I think they blew a little extra money on him for what though? For just the voiceover? It's so strange. And then if you're gonna have one of the Corys be one turtle, why not have the other Cory play another turtle? Like,
Right.
it just would have made sense to me. Yeah, it is what it is. Okay, let's jump into the movie. At gritty New York, right off the bat, we see a bunch of pickpockets with a voiceover by April doing a broadcast. Now, I put a note in here to go back and rewatch this scene, and maybe you guys caught it because I forgot to go back. She says, "I'm April O'Neil with Channel what?"
6?
Channel 6
Right.
News.
That's what I heard. I heard Channel 6 News, but on the sign, on her microphone, everywhere, it's always Channel 3.
Nope, didn't catch that.
I did not catch that, but like she does say Channel 6 News.
I heard Channel 6.
Yes.
But yeah, everywhere, the little block around the microphone, URC whatever 3.
Yeah.
So I was very confused by that.
But
I don't know.
she says it throughout the show, throughout the movie as well. Like at the end when she's
I only
making her
noticed it once.
when she makes her broadcast at the end of the movie, she also says Channel 6 News.
Yeah. I only noticed it in the beginning one, but yeah, I found it very strange. If I'm not mistaken, in the cartoon, it was Channel 6.
Yes.
Pretty sure. So even to have the logo changed to a 3, what's the purpose behind this? Who decided, yeah, let's just completely veer off with this number for no reason whatsoever?
Channel
Maybe-
6 bought Channel 3 and all the equipment that came with it, so that it was a
Yeah.
transitional period.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
okay.
Or maybe the movie the company that was making the movie, they're like, we don't have a budget to actually redecal anything. Can we borrow somebody's equipment for now? And just left it as number 3.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. We briefly see our first foot soldiers. They're in the back of that van. You know, TVs, VCRs.
Yeah.
Did you guys like the foot soldiers in this?
I thought that the costumes were good. I thought that, the storyline of the kids are the ones that are the thieves is a great idea, but watching the cartoon and reading the comic books, I wasn't 100% happy with how they chose the foot soldiers. But again, with what they had at the time, it worked.
How about you, Brett?
Loved it. Loved
Okay.
it. There was a little hesitation from Roma. I'm like, I'm gonna wait. No, I really enjoyed the foot soldiers in this movie. I didn't get too much into the comic. Absolutely loved the cartoon, and this is obviously a little bit darker and grittier than the cartoon. But I absolutely loved the foot soldiers.
I'm completely opposed to these foot soldiers. I don't like them in the least. I get where, like Roma says, it's cool that they use the kids, like these little criminals, and he's building his army, blah, blah, blah with that. But I loved, like you, I loved the cartoon. I loved the robots.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The video game was robots. Their long, their elongated head. That stylized. That was great. Maybe they just couldn't do robots. Maybe it was just out of their budget. But then I think to stuff like Terminator. It was around the same time.
True.
They did fine with Terminator and the scenes into the future with all the Terminators fighting the battle. Like you couldn't just make these
But again, you also got to
costumes.
think about the budget that they already had. They probably spent, like I was saying earlier, most of their budget on the turtle costumes and the choreography for the fight scenes.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
And
all
and so yeah, like they
all I would
picked.
have needed,
Go
all I
ahead.
would have needed was them always in costume. Like
Right.
no shots of teenagers. There was even some kids that were like 10. Like come on. Like nothing. Everybody in their costume, and then maybe during a fight or two, a slash, and we see some circuits, some zapping, just a small tease showing us the robots. Like I don't need a full unmasking like Terminator. Just
Right.
give me that. Like these guys are robots. Like,
I guess that it was probably too that they're, like you said, they're building an army. If the budget was there, or if the budget isn't there and they wanted to do the robots, they would only have a handful of guys that would be able to be portrayed as those robots based on budget wise. So
and
in
again,
this scenario, you have 100, 200 Foot Clan members that are all teenagers or kids that are 10 years old, and then a couple of them wearing the suits.
right. What's he pulling?
so iconic though.
Oh, the movie ones.
Yeah.
That guy's
Again,
got
like I
some
said,
boobs going on there.
it's
He's got some man boobs going on there, though.
stand for a
There
while.
we go. Let's keep this child friendly.
again, the costumes were great, Brett. Like I'm not judging the costumes. Again, I'm thinking more along the line. I'm not saying B-lister actors, but I'm saying people that they didn't have to pay $1 million, $2 million, $3 million
Sure.
because the budget was so tight for this movie. And
Yeah.
my understanding too was they were trying to get on the money train because the cartoon was so great, the comic books were so great. They wanted to make a live action movie. And honestly, with the cast, the storyline, the characters, everything, they hit it on the nail. Unlike some other movies that we've seen where, they're getting on the hype, Mario Brothers, and they screw up the entire movie.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I know. But I don't know. I just would have loved the robots. Even like you said, they've got hundreds of soldiers. Even if they only had 10 that were supposed to be robots,
Right.
and then cycle through it, make it look like there's 100.
Okay.
Like they've
That's
destroyed 6 in this battle, but look here, we still have a bunch more. They just
Okay.
keep cycling them and make us believe that there's a factory of them.
Yeah.
That's a critique of mine for the foot soldiers. The costume is cool. The mask, the mesh, it's all cool. But would have elevated the movie a bit more. I am glad they left off the initials on the belts, though.
Yeah.
Right.
You think we need that? All right. Anyways, April leaves the station wearing her a yellow raincoat, which great decision instead of putting her in a yellow bodysuit.
Yeah.
Right.
Nice little reference because I think it's the only time she wears yellow in the movie.
Yeah.
Like,
The only time.
It's very iconic for the character, but I like that it was just a little tip of the hat and we didn't need to wear a whole yellow suit again.
Totally fine. Although it would have been comical to see her once wear a yellow jumpsuit with a bunch of cleavage. But the jacket's good. That's all right. She's startled by a rat, which is pretty funny because we know where this is going to go.
Yep.
Foreshadowing.
And she interrupts the robbery in progress, but is rescued. A sigh breaks a street light. She's safe, but Raph is a dummy, and he left a sigh behind. It's not very ninja-like. Throughout the movie, we see how fast they are, how good at hiding and stuff. He threw it and just left it. Like
That goes to show the teenage part of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That
I like that.
he's willing to risk his life and do anything that he wants to do to save April, but then forgets a key component of his gear behind because he's just excited that he saved somebody, but also he knows that he screwed up and needs to get it back.
Yeah. So what if the police confiscated it? What if she didn't sneak it into her purse? And
Then that would have been a full-on investigation of where the
Well-
hell did this come from. Yes,
Would-
100%.
would he have gone for it? Would he have tried to break into police evidence room and try
Again,
to get the guy back?
As a teenager, they don't have the best mindset. Yes, he probably would have gone to the police station to get his side.
We'll
So
we'll
weird.
cover it a little bit later in a later scene, but he just throw the trench coat on, the hat, walk right into the evidence room, snap it, gone.
Yep.
But Not without the white rubber mask, though. Come on.
Yeah.
Loved that in the cartoon. Would have been great to see something. Him at least try to put a mask on and it not fit or something. Funny. Okay. So they defeat him. They head back to the sewers, and we get that whole scene of them trying to come up with like a catchphrase, essentially. Awesome, righteous, bossa nova. Like,
Chevy
okay.
Nova?
It was such a funny line. It was great. Yeah.
I absolutely loved the opening because, like, I don't remember the trailers as a kid, but I can only assume that they show the turtles in the trailer. But I like that you only get this of Raph in the sewer, and then I loved the theme song they did for the movie, and we only get shadows on the
Yeah.
sewer wall.
Yeah.
I was just giddy watching it.
Played so well. Yeah. God. Honestly, it's a really good movie. They are still the best. This is 1990. The best Ninja Turtles we've seen. If you
Yep.
guys agree, I don't know.
I agree.
Ooh.
I think the CGI turtles that Michael Bay did for his movies, they're great. They're nice, but I still like the old school
Yeah.
costumes better. It just adds more of a feel to it. Like CGI is great to have, don't get me wrong, like it makes it look more like your imagination can run wild with these kind of characters, but like the original 1990s, nobody beats that. I don't care what anybody says, CGI is good, but original outfits and costumes it's just one better difference than both of them.
There's just an amazing charm to the outfits that they were able to bring these characters to life in.
Yeah.
I can't agree with you though. The CGI ones, trash, poorly designed. Why do they need to be monstrous in size? I didn't care for. I like that they all had their unique look.
That's the one thing that was good with that they had their unique look. The giant size, I do agree with you. They should have been just regular human size. They didn't need to be 9 foot, 10 foot tall beasts. But the personality wise, like Ralph with the Raphael with all the gouges and cuts in his shell and his chest and his back and everything like that, and the CGI looked great. Michelangelo, Donatello looking like thin and nerdy, right? That was cool. But like, again, the original ones where they all look exactly the same. The only difference was the colored eye coverings and some different colors on their actual shells and stuff.
Mhm.
Made it way better.
Yeah. I can't even rewatch those new movies.
Even like the cartoons too, like the original cartoon was the better cartoon compared to any of the remakes that they made.
Sorry.
I like the original cartoons more
Okay.
than any of the remakes that they made.
Okay.
I don't know which one to put above the. For me, it's 1A, B, and C for the original. When did it come out? Mid 2000s. There was that darker, grittier one on Teletoon, I think it was. And
Okay.
then I love the Nickelodeon version of the Turtles. That turned out so good. It's
I was
more
This one.
that one. Love the turtle.
I love the Nickelodeon. I love that in the later season they even do like a Spider-Verse type thing where we get to see the 80s cartoon ones in it. It was so well written. Don't get me wrong, the 80s one, Roma, I'm with you. I love it. It's nostalgia though.
I think that's what feeds me is the nostalgia of it. Like the newer ones, like I like them, just not as much as the originals.
Yeah. The newest one that's on now, Tales of the Ninja Turtles,
I don't think I've
Also
started watching those ones.
really good. It's on Prime and I've been watching it. Really enjoy it.
Does this follow the Seth Rogen movie? The animation? Nope.
No.
Different Turtles? Okay.
Yeah, different turtles. They have their unique looks again and stuff. Yeah, I guess it would follow. Do you remember the movie, the Mutant Mayhem movie that came out, animated movie?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, so it kind of follows that.
Okay.
So we get a whole bunch of mutants throughout the city and stuff, but it's fun. The characters are really good. The voices are good. I enjoyed it. Anyways, now we're getting off topic.
Where are we talking about the movie?
We get to see the turtle lair. Pretty cool. This is when Raph puts on his trench coat and his hat and leaves to go watch a movie. Donnie and Mikey are sitting underneath the grate. Donnie's trying to contemplate some deep thoughts, and Mikey's just waiting for his pizza.
Pizza Dude's got 30 seconds.
Such a classic clip that you see everywhere. Yeah.
I didn't realize until just yesterday that the Pizza Dude is Michelangelo.
Yes. Yeah. It's so great. Yeah. They do that with everybody.
Yeah.
I only missed one. I wrote down about 3 of the 4. When I was a kid, though, and he's looking for 122 and an eighth.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't get that joke. Honestly, as a kid, I think I was mishearing it. I think, or I thought he was saying 122 and a great because they were under the great.
Under the grate. Okay.
Is it
Okay.
great? No, it's an 8, right? He says an 8th, 1/8.
An 8. Yeah.
Yeah,
So even
okay.
at a young age, you were hard of hearing. Okay, that makes sense.
Very true. My parents yelled a lot. Raph comes out of the movies. Did you see what movie he went to see? Anybody paying attention?
No, not
I
to
was
the movie.
not.
Critters.
Oh God.
Okay.
Classic
And
horror
he
film.
talks about how bad it is. And it's like, who makes this junk? Very funny. Great movie. Loved it when I was a kid.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
Kind of knock off Gremlins kind of thing. We see a couple purse snatchers. He ends up tripping them. And then what I find really funny about this scene, so he trips the 2 guys who clearly don't even touch his leg, but they fall. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if they didn't want to damage the stoot or something, but like they hopped over the leg.
Over the leg.
And then he opens up his trench coat to show
like-
his thigh.
Mm.
Yeah. Now, there are people behind him because there was no chase. He's still right by the the lady, right? He's close enough to just toss it back to her. And he opens up his trench coat. Does
It was
anybody
for
find
long
that
back
weird?
then.
Like, okay, they just stole this purse, but now we've got a perv who's flashing them.
It's New York. Sorry for anyone in New York listening to this.
It happens all the time. Like you said, Brent. It's in New York. It happens all the time. The only other thing too, though, is that they were so close. Like, how did they not know? Like, they noticed the side, but they don't notice the big giant turtle head.
Right.
Tumor.
Yeah.
Just a tumor.
It's just the tumor. It's not a tumor.
It's not a tumor.
And then honestly, my favorite part of the movie happens now. Casey Jones
Love Casey Jones in this movie.
did it so well. The actor's great. The costume and mask's great.
What are you, a punker? Yeah, I don't like punkers.
Especially green ones with weird masks. God, so well. I wish he had the mask on more.
It's
Agreed.
an iconic mask.
It's
Yeah.
so great.
Yeah, I agree. The costume was basically, there's only 3 spots that you see him wearing the costume. It's
Whole
there,
thing.
in the house that goes on fire, and then at the end where they're all fighting. Those are the only
Yeah.
times you ever see the mask.
Yeah.
So I agree. The mask, the costume, him in general, the attitude, the way that they portrayed him in the movie, spot on. Absolutely spot on.
Their fun little fight back and forth.
I like how Brett is bringing out the little action figures so that he could show us.
I mean, the coolest man in sweatpants.
Yeah,
The laziest outfit, but yet so cool.
it's so cool.
And
Can
look
you
at that
imagine-
flow. Look at those
Look at
logs.
that.
Yeah.
You, well, you can't picture him in jeans. You can't
No.
do what he's doing in jeans. So sweatpants just make sense.
You can't fight in denim either. Not that.
No.
Not properly. Yeah. Yeah. Great. I love the bag with all the different equipment he had. Their banter back and forth was also fun. Like, this is the first time meeting, but it already feels like they're friends.
Yeah.
And Casey takes it rather well that he's this weird green thing. Doesn't freak out or anything. Doesn't try to dissect him or just knocks him into that garbage bin and takes off. Okay. fair enough.
Reading some trivia on the IMDb, he kicks him, and apparently the face of that Raphael costume caves in.
Maybe that's why he went into the garbage can to hide the cave in.
Raph's all pissed off. He lost the fight. He takes off after him, rolls over that taxi cab. And then that's when we get to see Raph, suit guy, in the backseat of the cab.
Yes, that's yeah.
So he got a little line, which was nice because he didn't get to speak in suit at all. So I love that they did that. They didn't do it with Splinter, though, because was Splinter just animatronic?
I think he was.
No,
Yeah.
no puppeteer, just...
No,
yeah.
he was just full on animatronic because he doesn't walk, he doesn't move. The only thing that happens is his arms move and his head and mouth move. That's it. Nothing else moved on him.
In the next scene, we see April trying to cover up some bruises. She's talking to her boss, Charles. His son, Danny's there. The pickpocket from the opening scene steals some money from April. Why is her boss at her house?
With his son. Well, I guess he's got to bring the son, but I don't understand why he just pops in to her place so often.
Are they friends? Like, what's going on?
I like how you're innuendo there. I was, as a kid, you don't notice it, but now, like, again, as you get older and you're rewatching it,
Yeah, like, draw some lines. Why is the boss here? Like,
I'm thinking you're probably right, and that's why she's in the position that she's in. But
Ooh, hot take.
Yeah.
again, this is 80s, 90s. Your reporter boss is always on your ass when you're the lead reporter, right? So there's that possibility as well.
It's just so strange. Like, there
It
are
is
boundaries.
very strange. Very
Why
strange.
are you
because-
here? Do they ever talk about who's Danny's mom? Maybe it's April?
Watched it last night, never referenced.
Never
Never
referenced it once.
Yeah. So weird. Like, I don't know why they went that direction with it, but it's not the only time he stops by her house.
Mm.
If my boss ever showed up, I'd be playing Jehovah Witness. I'd fucking shut the lights off. I'd be ducking.
Everybody be quiet. Shh.
I see your car in the driveway. Damn it.
No one's home. I heard you.
Strange. Anyways, so now we finally get a glimpse at the Shredder. So great. Every time we see the Shredder, every single time, he's got an amazing entrance.
Yeah. The outfit, the mask is amazing.
Yeah. Now,
Like I said about this movie hit it on the nail with costume, characters, everything.
Mm.
You got any other TV show or movie or comic book that's come to life, minus the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they've screwed it up. This one was literally on point.
why does the Shredder really want April dead? He sends foot soldiers after her because she did a report?
She basically is reporting on all the thefts and everything, so it's ruining his possibility of running New York, I guess.
Yeah,
All the
bringing too
news
much
channels-
light to what the foot soldiers are doing.
Yeah.
So she is the only one out of all the news channels in New York. She's the only one who's talking about this all these.
Apparently everybody else
Well,
thinks it's not newsworthy.
And even the police chief, he just kind of humors April in everything that she's uncovering.
So strange. But they track her down at the subway.
Mm-hmm.
And then classic scene that I've seen on social media a lot where he's like, I got something for you. So funny. It's not funny to beat women, but so we here at Two Dudes One VHS do not condone this type of actions. But man, that was funny. And that foot soldier is Donatello.
Right.
I didn't know where Donnie was.
I
That's
did
the
not
one.
know
We don't
that.
get to see his face, but that's the
Yeah.
Donnie. Raph shows up, saves her, and takes her to the lair. But one foot soldier follows him. Bad ninjaing, I think. Like, you're escaping to your lair, your home base, and you don't notice you've got a tail?
To be fair, Raph does look back, do a little shoulder check, but he was out ninja'd by another ninja. He hid, continued on, and then foot soldier continues to follow.
Yeah, but then here's where it goes back to my dislike of these foot soldiers is he's just a kid. Sure, he's learning some martial arts, how to fight in their little hangout, but that's it.
Yep.
Whereas the turtles have been bred into ninjutsu since birth,
Right.
essentially.
But again, it portrays, again, like I'm going to go back to this all the time, like they're teenagers, right? So like they're still
Exactly.
learning. So they're always going to, at this point in their life as teenagers, they're going to make mistakes and they're going to have to learn from those mistakes as teenagers.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love the deep analysis on the turtles.
Right?
They are
That's my
teenagers.
take on it.
But okay, so yeah, 100%. Let's say Raph's 16 years old.
Right.
We'll just throw a number out. I don't know if they actually have ever told us how old or how many
No.
years. No. So let's say he's 16 years old. How old do you think the foot soldier is? He ain't 42, man.
No,
Very
but again,
true.
but like I'm
also a
saying
teenager.
though, it's just bringing into light of, yes, you're right, they've been born and bred into the ninja culture, but again, they're still young-minded children, teenagers. So they're not always going to dot their I's or cross their T's. They don't realize that until later on in the comic books. They're no longer teenagers. You could tell that they're older, like The Last Ronin, where Michelangelo is there. Like they've learned from their past battles and have gotten better as time goes on. This is literally the beginning point of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I think we're just going to continue to disagree here unless Brett
fine.
steps in to mediate this.
Nope. I love the take, and then the foot soldier, He's of similar age, teenager. Shredder is his surrogate father. He's
Yeah.
trying to impress dad, so all the other guys have been beaten. I gotta follow. And
Right.
by doing this, I'll take Yoshitatsu's place and just grunt.
I agree. He's just like we see with Danny. He's trying to impress Shredder, get on his good graces. He doesn't want to get his ass kicked. But still, in my head, that foot soldier is possibly also just 16. But the Foot Clan here in New York is possibly only a year old. So how much ninja training
Right.
does this guy actually have to where he can elude Raph and follow him the whole way? I don't know. I had a problem with that. But that's just me, I guess.
I do agree with Brett is that he's trying to get Shredder to be proud of him. That's my.
Right.
I agree with that. That he's going to do anything and everything in his power to not get caught by the other teenagers.
Okay. So she wakes up in the lair. We get a little bit of exposition revealing the origin story of the turtles, which I loved. I don't know about you guys, but the flashback with the little tiny turtles doing
Yeah.
their little. Do you have one of those too?
I got all four.
Oh God. Pizza. Such a great line.
It was so cool. Even the way they showed it, where everything in the background was black, because all we're focusing on is the characters.
Yeah.
Great. I love how they did that. Seeing them with the ooze, which we see the canister of the ooze, which changes in part 2. It doesn't look like that anymore.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the radioactive, the black and yellow tape on it. I don't know why they changed the look of it, but very cool. Really, really enjoyed that. She wakes up, she starts. Yeah, I already said that. She was screaming there. We don't get an origin story for really Splinter. Yeah, that doesn't come till much later, right?
Yeah.
Way later.
But right off the bat, that was one thing I didn't like that they changed from the animated series. I wanted to see Splinter as a human who was interacting with a rat caused the mutation. He took in the look of the appearance of the rat.
Right.
Whereas this was a rat who just grew.
It was a rat
fucking
that grew,
was
but
already
also
doing
trained
karate
as a rat. Yeah, trained as a rat, which is mind blowing. That was the only.
Was he trained as a rat, or he mimics his
he mimics.
master?
Yeah.
He mimicked his master, basically.
That's one smart ass rat. Like, we're talking walking on hind legs and everything. Like, yes, why is that change necessary?
Yeah.
Him talking about how he grabbed a shovel and grabbed the turtles. Now we have a rat using a shovel too? Like, he has thumbs? Like, what is going on here?
That was one change of the origin story that, you're right, does not make sense. It should have been, like you said, the way that it was in the original cartoon and comic books, but I guess that was the one thing that they wanted to change to be unique in the movie. I'm saying, but
the opening in the 80s cartoon where we see Splinter in his human form and he turned into the rat and he's breaking the board. That's just awesome.
Yeah.
We could have seen something like that. Really could have.
But as iconic as that is in the cartoon, because they're going for a dark, gritty feel in the movie, does that make it a little too campy?
Ooh, that's a good take on that one.
Even going back to the foot soldier robots,
right?
Like, I think the human foot soldiers ground the movie a little bit more, even though, yes, we're watching grown turtles.
Giant turtles.
Yeah,
Right. Giant turtles, yes.
It grounds it a little bit more. And then, having a human turn into a rat, as great as that is in the cartoon, for this movie and what they're trying to establish, does it make it a little too campy?
Well, but then if we look at the science behind things, because we like to dig deep here on Two
We
Goods, One
need
Geek.
some Professor trench coats or something for these poor.
We should do a segment, Roma, where you put a lab coat on and some glasses and you come on as our special guest. Well, you see, so without that aspect of Splinter being human, because in the cartoon, that's how it's explained.
Right.
Essentially the mutation between the two, that's why he's human-sized. The turtles, too, because he was interacting with the turtles. That aspect of the human DNA merged with turtles. Okay? Whereas this, it's just turtles and the rat in the ooze, which caused them to mutate into humanoids.
Without the humanoid DNA. Yeah, you're right. That doesn't.
If anything,
scientifically, That
Yeah.
does not make sense.
So we would have to look back at like Godzilla movies of the past where, that mutation essentially would make them just gigantic motherfucking turtles and a
Right.
huge rat just terrorizing New York.
Unless in this movie, the humanoid DNA is already in the ooze, you're right. It doesn't make sense for them to mutate to human size. Again, based on other movies that we've watched, like you said, the Godzilla movie, if they're mutated, they're going to become giant turtles and giant rats. So removing the human DNA from it, now looking at it, now that you've brought it up, you're right. It kind of doesn't make sense.
Why does the mutation stop at like human size? Why doesn't it keep going?
It was just the right amount of mutagen that they walked through, and we've topped out here.
Okay. And they all just touched the exact same amount because they're all the same size. Okay. Fair enough.
Crack the case.
Yeah. Obviously, the mutagen is bigger in the second movie. A lot more talk of that. And you know what? We'll eventually do maybe the second movie, and maybe we'll do a Michael Bay one, because I did like Bebop and Rocksteady
They were fun.
in the Michael Bay. Toka and Razor were just complete, utter trash for me. I have nothing good to say. No.
Yeah, Brett, I know you probably like them, but I'm with Alex. They were trash. They were not.
Who are these two mutated fools? Why didn't we get Bebop and Rocksteady?
Exactly. Why did we not get them?
Babies.
What? Again, we're getting off topic here.
We're in a different movie now.
What I know, and we'll talk about it if we do it again. Maybe we'll have you back for it. With Toka, the snapping turtle, why couldn't you have used him as Slash?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
God, that would have been great as a Slash looking for his binky. That would have been perfect. But no, you bring in this and this wolf. I think it was wolf, right? Or a coyote or something.
Was he?
I don't know what he was, but it was an
Maybe
ugly
Yeah.
MF.
Like, you bring these two in when you've got. Stick with the source material. Bebop and Rocksteady. Easy. They're characters we all know and love. It would have made the movie better. But they went a different path for whatever reason. I wish I was in the boardroom when that guy made that decision.
New characters targeting suckers like me to get the new figures.
More toys, to sell more toys. Yeah, I know.
But wouldn't it been better, Brett, if it was Slash or if it was one of the other characters from the actual story? Like, not these two new characters. Like, I get it. It's two new characters.
As much as I do enjoy Toka and Razor, I would have liked Bebop and Rocksteady 100%.
Either way, we'd get more toys. But
Yeah.
now we'd get a movie version of Bebop and Rocksteady.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
In total agreement there.
They return, or they drop off April, which is weird. They open up the manhole. She climbs out. Donnie comes out of the manhole. And then she mentions pizza, and Mikey just rockets up. How is this possible? Donnie was already occupying the hole. He was the first turtle out. Then Mikey comes out, and then we see Donnie climb out second. Like, movie mistake, I think.
Probably.
I think they forgot that Donnie was the lead turtle coming out of the hole, because that didn't make sense to me.
That I didn't even catch to see, notice who was coming out first and then following Mikey after he popped out.
I noticed right away because he's got his bow staff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that must have been awkward trying to get out of that hole and probably getting caught.
Just, I'll catch up, guys.
Yeah.
Give me 5.
Same as Leo. His swords are usually in the back. He crawls through that little hole in the house. It's like, are those getting caught? Like, man, okay. Anyways, I think that was an error. Okay. They return back to the lair after dropping her off and everything. And there's this huge hole in their lair door, which looks like it was made out of 2x4s or something. It was fairly thick. What the hell? Did the foot soldiers put some C4 on that flimsy door?
They're ninjas. They're ninjas. They could break anything.
So they just broke, like the Kool-Aid Man. They just broke through that 2x4 door.
Yes, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Because when they swung the door open, you could see it's like flimsy. Like, I'm sure it was just like a gate latch.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
But they blew a hole in it. Okay.
Yes.
Fine. That's fine.
Had to make a statement.
Yeah.
They used They use the punch of death from Bloodsport.
Okay, dumb mock. Yeah,
That's the one. Yeah, that's the one.
Splinter's gone. They look around ever so briefly. I'm assuming maybe you could see everything from the door. You notice
It was a small area. It was really not that big. So yes.
it's a sewer. I'd imagine they have separate rooms and stuff, but they notice Raph's gone or Splinter's gone, and Raph just goes nuts. Even as a kid, I didn't understand why did Raph lose it so much in that moment.
It's his father figure, somebody who's brought him up
It's
his
all
entire
their
life,
father
right?
figure. Ain't
Yes,
nobody
but
else throwing a fit.
there's always, when it comes to children, there's always the one that loves one parent more than the other. It's the same with you and me. There's always that one kid that's your favorite. You're never going to say who it is, but you know for a fact there's one. You know that one kid is not going to put you in a senior's home, and he or she is going to be your favorite child.
My kids are gonna watch this on YouTube now, and I'm gonna have to answer some uncomfortable questions.
Because you know I'm right, Brett. So yeah, exactly.
Don't
I
listen to
don't know
him.
what
You
you're
don't have
talking
favorites.
about.
He's a
Unless you have
horrible father.
one child only, there's always the favorite. Always.
I don't agree.
No,
I'm
I'm to double on what Roma was saying there. Splinter's the father figure. Yes, he's the father figure to all four, but Raph is that troubled teen, but Splinter dad is the one that keeps him grounded, and now he's lost that.
Right.
Okay.
Oh,
Now-
deep dive on turtles. I'd go.
Here, I'm sorry. Here's another question. Why? What is Shredder's motivation at this point to kidnap Splinter?
To try and demotivate the turtles from doing anything.
Why?
I'm thinking that
Doesn't
I'm
even
thinking at-
know the turtles.
Oh well, the foot soldier did go back and tell him about the turtles and Splinter.
Yes.
Right.
So
That's it.
to them, because Shredder knows who the rat is, the rat was his rat.
He doesn't know yet.
obviously.
No,
doesn't
yeah,
follow
that comes later.
Final scene.
You don't think he knows?
He absolutely doesn't know till the final scene when Splinter says, "Yes, I know who you are."
I
That's
guess.
when they reveal the whole backstory there, and he takes.
I'm
his
just
mask
assuming that
off
this
and-
whole part right now is to demotivate them so that they make mistakes and he can get his foot soldiers to take them out without hesitation. Because mentally they're not going to be in the right state while their
Mhm.
dad has been taken. So if they're not in the right state, it makes it easier for his foot soldiers to fight them.
If I can
But-
take a quote from a different movie, the heart, Osborn. First, we attack his heart.
That's right. Yeah.
But that's the motivation I'm not seeing, because if the turtles had been foiling a bunch of Shredder's plans like in the cartoon, he had that drive because they are always foiling his master plan.
But
He's
you're
always-
also making the assumption that he thinks that they don't know anything. You got to remember too, when the foot soldier tracked them down, they had April. So April could have told Splinter and the turtles all of Shredder's plans. So he's thinking now, well, if she was there, she informed him of everything, they're going to come after me. That's my take on it. Because when they were there, it was because April was there. So they saved April. The foot soldier thinks that April's going to be talking to the turtles and Master Splinter and informing them of that. That's why they took him away.
Okay, I'll take that. But I still, April doesn't know much at this point.
Well, she must know something
know-
for him to try and get her killed.
Well,
So-
yes, so she's, like you mentioned, bringing a lot of attention to it and stuff
Right.
and talking about it, but she doesn't know about the Foot Clan yet. She doesn't know about him. It's just a
But-
reporter yapping on TV.
But ultimately, Shredder doesn't know what she knows, right? So it's like, I know something about you, but do you know that I know something about you? No, but you know something about vice versa, right? Like if I know something, you're going to assume that I know everything.
All right. I couldn't get behind his hatred of the turtles in such a quick amount of the movie.
I agree, but in the amount of time that we have in the movie, that's the
Mhm.
only assumption that you can make at this point.
They're linked to April. Everyone involved with April is a roadblock, regardless
Exactly.
of how much she knows, and he's getting rid of it as soon as possible.
Okay.
Thank you,
All
Brett.
right.
You explained it better than I did.
In the next scene, Charles is up for a booty call again at April's house. The turtles are there, though. They all hide, and, we get to see them do some ninja stuff by hiding and becoming one with the shadows in the environment.
I
But,
love that when Danny looks in the mirror and Mikey's just,
He's going, yeah.
hey man, turns around, gone.
Like, I get ninjas, but these guys are magicians. Like, these guys, they are disappearing. It's awesome. Very, very funny. But also funny that they're like hiding in plain sight. Like, seriously, under the table. The least behind the shower curtain made sense. So that was funny to me. Good scene. We now go off to the Foot Clan's hideout. And you know what? It's pretty damn cool.
Tell me this isn't the where are all the kids taken in Pinocchio?
I know what you're talking about. Oh, what's it called? I know what you're talking about. Yes, like the ultimate place to go. Arcade machines, pool tables,
Yeah.
TVs, unlimited food, a skate park. Like everything is inside this freaking warehouse that you could imagine as a kid. You're like, damn, I want to live there.
Everything you want and no rules.
Yeah.
And what a
So
start
awesome.
to, hey, you got any smokes? Regular or menthol?
Yeah.
Just carrying around cartons.
Yeah. Because back then it was okay. Doesn't matter how old you are, you smoke. So that's when we see young Hammer from Iron Man there. Now, what's his name? Tatsu? He's the Asian, which dresses like a samurai, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But
The right
they're
hand man,
ninja-
Shredder.
It's ninjutsu, but they're samurais. I was confused all about the martial arts aspect of this now. I'm not sure what's going on. But he's like the babysitter. He's handling all the kids. Go play. How is he not losing his mind? Because he doesn't seem like the father type to be dealing with all these punks. And we do see him beat up a few of them, which is funny. Also, again, don't condone domestic violence or abuse of children. Funny though.
Credit to my wife on this one though. I wish I watched this another time because like you need a grunt counter because so often it's just
Yeah.
"Ugh."
And you know exactly what he's saying. Like, you totally know.
Yes, sir.
I like when he fights the one guy, and the guy holds his own, which again I didn't believe because he hasn't been trained for that long. But we won't get into that again, Roma. And then they go to bow, and Tatsu kicks him in the face.
Yeah.
Never lower your eyes to an enemy, which is totally like martial arts 101. You need to know that. Like, I took Taekwondo, and I bowed once to my master looking at him, and he lost his shit because it was showing distrust of him. You have to, it's your master. You got to trust him. So you don't look at him when you bow. You trust that he's not going to kick you in the face. So the fact that they brought that up to always keep an eye on your enemy was kind of cool. Shredder walks in again with such a cool entrance, long flowing cape that we don't get enough of.
Yeah, the shadows around him. Yeah, that was a kick-ass entrance.
Awesome. And then Tatsu coming over and uncovering the blades. I don't understand. Does he need them uncovered for the speech?
Display of intimidation is what it was.
Ooh, I like that.
Is the display that Tatsu's his bitch?
That too. Tatsu is his bitch. But in all honesty, the costume, it had to be portrayed in the movie so that we can have that aura on it whenever we saw it.
We needed that.
But then also he's having a meeting with his foot soldiers, kids, whatever you want to call, display that I am your boss. I am intimidating. You will not basically fuck with me. That was the whole point of that whole scene.
Yeah, I would have been okay with the speech covering the spikes.
Right.
I would have been totally fine with that. It was a cool ass cape. He could have done that whole speech, and then in the later scene, we have the reveal of him taking off his cape or something. That would have been. But having Tatsu come over and so nicely primp the cape over each one of the spikes you're good now.
Yeah. You got something on your cheek.
A little something on your mouth guard here. Yeah, I got it. Pulls out some wax. It's just weird. We obviously in the cartoon we don't get to see a cape like that. He does wear a cape, but it's a much smaller Superman style cape. Very cool costume. I would love to do that costume. I've tried to hunt down that fabric, the red fabric with it's kind of metallic-y. So hard to find.
The only thing I would have liked with the Shredder is like you don't really see him outside of the foot layer until the end. So I don't know how you pull this off, but somehow he crosses paths with Uncle Phil.
Sure, that would have been
the
cool.
original Shredder voice.
Yeah, or just a small cameo of in the lair. One of the TVs they stole is playing Fresh Prince. It's subtle like that would have been hilarious. Yeah, because 90. Yeah, Fresh Prince started in the 80s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
late
like
80s?
late 80s, early 90s.
It did, yeah. So, yeah. I also like that Shredder, very iconic line, I am your father. It's like, whoa, whoa, whoa,
I don't know where they
stealing.
pulled that from. That was
Came from. No idea where that came from.
Very funny. We see Splinter's all chained up, which, okay, I get it. He's your prisoner. He's chained up. But does he need to be on a crate?
Well, he has to be
So that
eye level. Eye level. That's the whole point.
oh yeah,
Like,
there
you
we go.
can't
Yeah,
you can't have a conversation with a rat that's 4 foot tall, and then you got Shredder who's like 6 feet, and he's looking down on him like this the entire time. Also, a fact about that's how the animatronics were set up. So somebody actually screwed up the measurements, and they actually had to go a little bit higher. So in order for them to do that and not have the actual animatronics dangling, because it could cause the actual Splinter to fall apart, they had to prop him up on something.
Okay.
well, okay.
That's okay. That's fair that they needed it. But if I was Shredder and I wanted to be intimidating, I want to be towering over my prisoner.
Right.
So if he wasn't on the box, I would have felt better. I would have been bigger.
I'm just saying, if I'm the same height as Shredder and he's face to face with me with that mask on, I'm still intimidated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very much so.
Now,
Very
do you
much
think
so.
when they set it up, when Shredder and his goons set it up, were they like, no, that box is too small? No, can we get a different box? I need a
Little
little bit more.
Too hard on the rat. Give him some sense of.
Okay, well now I'm looking up at him. That's no good either. Can we get a smaller box? I don't want him to be taller than me either, guys.
Probably.
I'm sure it could be a Family Guy thing. Like we should talk to Seth MacFarlane. Do something. Raph's out training on the roof because he got into an argument with his brothers about
The footloose scene.
the footloose.
Footloose scene. Yes, you're right.
Dancing on the rooftop.
So, did you guys notice okay, maybe I'll come back to this later. But he's on this building, right? He's doing the flips and blah blah blah, and Casey Jones sees him from across the way. The foot shows up, great fight scene.
Love it.
Like, honestly, I like every one of the fight scenes. They're all choreographed great. Brett, you've been in costume with me. You were Casey. I was Leonardo. You've seen the mobility I have in my ninja. I wish mine had their mobility.
It's
What they were
incredible. Yeah.
doing. It's so flexible. It's God. Yeah, mine. I can barely walk like a normal human being in my turtle costume.
You
I
were
wonder
like
what the difference
George
is
Clooney as
between-
Batman, and you had to,
George Clooney. Yeah, that's right.
move your full body just to move your neck.
I wonder what the difference is between your costume and their costume. Like what kind of different
Material.
quality
Yeah.
material they used.
Yeah, that material's far more flexible. They end up throwing Raph through the skylight, falls. Very dramatic scene. The Foot Clan comes in. They're coming in from everywhere. Like they're dropping down. They break the door open. They're surrounding them, and then we get that nunchucker. I love this scene as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great
the
scene.
nunchuck off.
Yeah, the nunchuck off. Mikey getting to show off his skills. Again, the suit flexibility, like amazing. Such a cool scene. The weapons, so underutilized. If they were robots, I think they could have got away with more weapon usage. But because of fear of violence and stabbing, they didn't want blood in the movie. So Leo couldn't really use his swords. But if they were
right.
robots, there would have been that ability to slash up a robot. No parents, like whoever the moms were that had an uproar about all the excessive violence and stuff. Like, would have been different as robots. But yeah, I like too that the foot soldiers had the axes because it reminded me of the video game, classic 4-player one, not the stupid overhead shot Ninja Turtle van NES game that was impossible to play.
Yeah,
I like
I
seeing it.
loved that it was a good serious fight, but with so much comedy thrown in there too. Like
Yeah.
Donnie Wheel of Fortune, dude.
That was great.
The only time I had a problem with a fight scene wasn't the Wheel of Fortune. It was when they got together and created a wheel.
But yeah,
Oh,
like
yes.
gravity feathers ankles and then just
It just
Roll
rolled
them
through
through
them. I'm
everyone.
like, what is this now? Oh God! All right.
But what a cool intro, even though we've seen him already. What a cool entrance for Casey Jones.
Yes.
Battle slowing down, light comes in and just the silhouette, and he's got the mask on.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
are you doing to my little green friend there? Yeah. That was great. So all the axe damage on the floor causes a problem. And Donnie's like, yeah, I don't think it's a good time for your friends to drop in right now, structurally speaking. And then, yeah, they fall through it. It was great. Just funny. The lines, the writing were so good. When Casey Jones comes in too, hey, shout out to E-Town here. A little Wayne Gretzky reference.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wayne Gretzky.
Yep.
Hey, they kind of know Edmonton. Yay. So that was cool. Now they're fighting in the antique store now, the downstairs. Fire breaks out. One of the foot soldiers cuts the power with an axe, but then the answering machine still works afterwards. There's no power, but it's still, the phone rings, the answering machine still turns on and accepts the phone call for us to hear Charles firing April. We saw them because he got electrocuted when he cut the power.
I will say this, that would still work. Ex-TELUS employee here. The answering machine actually has a battery backup in it. So your phone will still work without power because the power is being provided by the actual phone line itself, not the actual power itself.
I don't
And the
remember
machine,
answering machine had batteries. I didn't
and
remember
the
that.
answering machine actually has like a 9-volt battery backup in it.
Huh.
Yeah, my mom still has one of those old school answering machines. So yes, it does have a battery backup in it.
Fair enough. Fair enough then. I didn't remember that. I just thought they
Yeah.
were powered to the wall.
The more
Nope.
you know.
The more you know, exactly.
So they end up escaping through the little cubby hole that was there. And then we get a shot from outside. The building's on fire. Okay. Now here's what I was going to bring up earlier. Did you guys notice anything wrong with this?
Obviously not, because you're the only one that freaking notices all these little things, because I have no idea what you're talking about.
So this building, so we see the antique place. We see the upstairs where she lives.
Okay.
And that's it. It is clearly just a 2-story building that is on fire. But yet earlier, Raph was on top of a high-rise doing his cartwheels and backflips, and then they threw him through the skylight into her apartment. So is she on the 2nd floor or the 15th floor? Like, there's 2 different buildings.
Oh, I did not catch this. No.
He was at the top of the skyline because we could see all the other buildings around.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Casey Jones can see him from another building across the way. That was a high-rise building he was on.
Right.
And now the fire is just a small little store kind of thing with an upstairs apartment.
I did not catch that. I did
High
not catch that.
roofs. Very high roofs.
Very hard.
Could be a possible, like you said about one of the other scenes where Mike came out of the hole. It's probably another one of those things that the filmmakers didn't catch and just said, "Screw it, we're gonna splice it together and figure it out later on."
Well, they're probably thinking we need to set this building on fire now. We need a building that we could set on fire.
Right.
Yeah. But they escape. They get away in what I would have just hoped would have become the Turtle Band.
The party wagon. It has it has a vibe to it.
Yeah. And,
It does.
you know, if I'm not mistaken, I think the cartoon one was supposed to be a Volkswagen kind of thing. No, I don't know.
Yes, it was supposed to be a Volkswagen.
Because the Volkswagens had the camper on the top, which they could turn into the shell. Yeah. It was very cool. Was really hoping, but then it broke down at the farm.
Yeah.
He managed to get that ancient truck started, but not the van. Like, okay. It was a little disappointing. So they've got their new hideout. We cut to Shredder. He's pissed. And I had written down again, like, I still don't understand why he's so mad at them. Like, whatever. We're not going to get into that again. So I do love that they put Raph in the bathtub.
Yeah.
I love that there's water in the bathtub because he is a turtle.
Soaking
Like,
him.
great touch. Had they just had him on a bed resting, I would have found it kind of dumb. Like, and sure, there's no giant aquarium to put him in.
Right.
So the bathtub makes sense. I'm surprised that the plumbing still works, though, in that place.
I want those drawings that April.
So
April
good.
Those are
Like,
beautiful.
oh, crap. Yeah, that would be a cool prop to have. Let's see. He wakes up. Leo's all excited because he's been sitting there the whole time. But what I missed, actually, April comes outside and Casey's on the swing, right? And she's looking for Donnie to fix something because, you know, Donnie does machines. So where's Donnie? Where's Donnie? Casey says he's out with the others in the woods exercising or something. He's out with the others? No, technically he's only out with Mikey then because Leo's upstairs with Raph. So I think this scene with Casey on the swing is a misplaced edit. It should have been, you know, we do see them later in the woods doing their meditation with the fire. I think this scene should have been directly before that. We should have cut to the campfire scene right after. But after he says that to her and they joke about fixing it and blah, 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 the swing breaks, Then we cut to Leonardo and Raph still upstairs in the bathroom. So yeah, I think it's a misplaced edit. They put it in the
Right.
wrong order.
That's fair. Yeah.
There's no way he would say he's out with the others if it was just Michelangelo.
Right.
Anyways, that was just something else I noticed. In the next scene, we do see Leonardo out at a tree. He's meditating. He's using his Ace Ventura powers, communicating with Splinter.
Yeah.
That from Ace Ventura 2, When Nature Calls. He becomes the monk and he can communicate on the astral plane.
Yes.
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 I had to explain the reference because you guys both look so confused by my...
No, I
remember the
got it. I
Rhino
got it.
scene.
So, okay, they can do that now too. They've unlocked that next ability, like Splinter ends up saying. Did we need the blue campfire?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
The hologram of Splinter in the fire.
It's an iconic scene in this movie where he is having that. It's kind of like the Star Wars where he's talking to Yoda. It's kind of like you said, the Ace Ventura. Like you needed that scene where he's communicating with his father to get the information that he needs to save him. It's without that hologram, it would have just been voiceovers. That's it. You had to have that visual. Had to.
I know, but even the voiceover, we need it.
They're in such deep meditation. They've been able to connect through it with Splinter, and that reignites the fire. And like they're ready to go now.
So you both like that?
I did.
Yeah,
I thought it was a great scene.
I just felt it was too mystical.
No, I felt the tears that the turtles had. No, loved it.
No. I love that. The emotion that they all showed as they were bonding because they're brothers.
It also showed that they've advanced their ninja ways and stuff like that as teenagers, that they can actually now communicate with their father.
If you say teenagers one more time, Roma.
Teenagers.
The youth.
You. Them youths.
You say youths.
Youths.
I know, but I get it. They needed that motivation. I get that all. I get that they've learned another stage in ninjutsu training. But come on. Ninjas are a real thing, in real life and history. Could they really, really mystically bring the spirit of somebody? And
Are you a ninja?
Are you? Are you a teenager?
No, but are you? If you're not a ninja, how do you know?
I'm a believer.
See, so am I.
I believe.
Anybody who's a ninja out in real life, comment down below, and we'll see if this is true or not.
They can't. They're hidden.
Right.
Tell me. Okay. So, all right, we'll move on. And then the next scene after that is Casey Jones and April sitting on that swing. So again, it just goes back to me thinking we should have had that porch scene, the fire scene, back to the porch scene. Editing wise would have made more sense. I'll drop it.
No, you won't.
They head back to the lair because they're on a mission. They know he's alive. They want to go save him. And Casey's in the lair and he doesn't want to stay there. And they make a claustrophobic comment that he's claustrophobic. And then you insert a gay panic joke here where he's like, I've never even looked at a guy. Okay.
I love that joke.
It's a joke that doesn't age well. They don't do.
I mean, I don't. That's tasteless joke. I take
tasteless,
back.
tasteless. But again, we don't condone these things here at Two Dudes. But so funny. And then he goes and sleeps in the cabin of that small truck. So he's not claustrophobic then.
He rolls the windows down.
Well, yes, but he's so cramped.
He's cramped in the cab, but
Yeah,
he
so
probably
the windows
wouldn't want
good
to
enough.
sleep in a sewer. Let's be honest. Would you want to sleep in a sewer?
I would have just said it smells
a
down
New
here.
York
Right?
sewer, no less.
Exactly, a New York sewer, no less. We already know that Splinter's a rat. How many other rats are in there?
We see Casey, so he's sleeping in there. He notices Danny coming out of the sewer. Now, Danny lifts up that manhole cover by himself. Let's say he's also 16. Not in fairly good shape. He's not working out. We miss that. Later on, we will see the foot soldiers all coming in looking for the turtles. And in every scene that they lift a manhole, it's at least 2 soldiers grabbing the manhole. In one scene, there was like 4 lifting a manhole lid. Okay, so wait. These trained ninja assassins have the physical strength of what? I can't even say an ant because at least they can lift twice or 10 times their weight. They couldn't lift the manhole by themselves, but Danny could. That little punk.
Yeah. That
Danny's
was
built different.
that was a editor's nightmare at that point, because honestly, those manhole covers, they're heavy as shit.
They're super heavy. You need a pry bar to get them out of there and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Danny is 85 pounds of pure muscle.
85 pounds.
Casey Jones follows Danny to the hideout, which is great. He beats up the one guy and steals his costume. Great. We also get now Splinter's origin story, which we briefly talked about. He was a rat who mimicked his master, Orokusaki. It didn't need to change, like we said already briefly, but okay, whatever. They changed the story. I can deal with it at least. You guys enjoyed it.
I can see a vein just pulsating.
I know, it's killing him inside. It's literally killing him inside.
I look at this rat in this bird cage doing this martial arts like he's fucking Stuart Little or something. Like, who is this goddamn rat? What world are we in? But he didn't speak either. He was a rat who could walk on his hind legs, do martial arts, but he couldn't speak. So Stuart Little still had a leg up on him.
Yes, he did.
He even drove a car and a motorcycle and like that young Splinter. He ends up scratching. Shit, what was Shredder's name? Did I get them mixed up? One is Orokusaki.
That's Splinter's owner. And oh my goodness.
No, is that Splinter's owner or is Orokusaku Shredder? Amato Yoshi.
Amato Yoshi is Splinter.
Owner. Yeah, well, or the owner. Did he name this? I don't know. But anyways,
Orokusaki is Shredder.
Okay. So yeah. So after getting scratched by the rat, a tiny, tiny, tiny rat, huge gash, very strange. Also, he's huge hands, I guess. Paws. But Shredder retaliates. The retaliation is to slice his ear off. I'm assuming he's this big. Fuck, that's some accuracy to nail him just in the ear. Like that ear, he's this big, that ear's this big, and he just slices the tip of the ear off.
Ninja.
He's mad at that rat, but not mad enough to kill it. Okay. Just gonna scar you so you remember me forever. Okay. Weird storytelling, but okay.
Eye for an eye. You scar me, I scar you.
Yeah.
Shredder ends up finding the drawing of Leo, that awesome drawing, on Danny, and automatically says they're alive. No, the fucking drawing could be a month old. Like, did she date this drawing? I didn't notice.
I didn't notice the date on it either.
Anywhere on the drawing. Was it notarized? I don't understand, but all right. Because the drawing exists, the turtles are alive. I'll jump on board, writers. Okay. The foot soldiers, they all suit up and they head to the turtle lair now, and this is where they're opening the manholes and diving into the curb grates.
I was just going to reference that. Like, who are the foot soldiers that are going through, the curbside sewers? Like, you can't wait 10, 20 seconds to climb down. You're small enough to weasel through one of those things?
The whole point of that is so that they can come out from both sides of the sewer, so there was no exit for the turtles. It was strategic, guys. It was strategic, okay?
And man, head first he goes into that thing.
But also, like, you see the size of those things. Like, how skinny are you to fit through those grates?
Hey, remember, the foot soldier screening process is from 10 years old to like 17.
This is true.
And nobody was overweight.
40 and 85 pounds soaking wet. Yeah, you're right.
So we're looking for more soldiers, but we're gonna need you to fit through these bars.
What is your waistline?
Yeah, very funny, very cool though. We're like, all right, the action's starting. You know, the music starts pumping. They're going in. I notice again another 10-year-old kid in this scene, and it's like he was standing like right by the shredder.
Right,
like, dude, what the fuck? Can you guys at least during filming say, yeah, Junior, can we have you in the back? I want this big muscular guy over here.
Yeah,
like it gives Shredder a weird look. Like. No, I'm not saying pedo look.
I was gonna say pedo. I was gonna say pedo because it does kind of bring to light that he's probably setting up Epstein Island in his warehouse. I know this is gonna sound weird, but like you said, like he's screening all these foot soldiers to be anywhere between the ages of 10 and 17. I get it that they're easily manipulated, but it does bring on pedo vibes.
It's just so weird because we know he is grooming these children.
Right.
So it's just like
Right.
So wrong.
So this was the first iteration of Epstein Island on film right here.
you're killing Brett.
I'm ruining your childhood, Brett. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Brett.
The back so in the I don't know what they're called, their clubhouse or whatever. Casey gets to fight Tatsu, which is another good scene. He's getting his butt kicked by Tatsu. I love that. I love that it was a one-sided fight there until, like Casey's superpowers activated and he found that golf club. Now,
It was a great moment.
Did you guys notice any problems in this fight scene? No. Okay.
Well, he didn't practice swing.
He didn't warm up, sure.
He did say that he's never golfed before, so that was a first too, right? So
he's laying there and we see the golf club. It's a driver. It's a huge, beefy one, and we all know Tatsu's gonna get it as he's pulling it out.
Does he kiss an iron though?
He ends up in the next scene. He's got a putter in his hand.
Putter. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, it's just a tiny little flat putter that looks like it's from mini golf. That's definitely not what he picked up. So they must have filmed this multiple times or over different days, and the prop guy screwed up the continuity of it. But yeah, I was like, yeah, that's weird. But love how he laid him out.
Oh yeah.
Great. And then his whole speech about family. Says family. Is that family?
That guy down there.
I don't know.
That's
The clubhouse is pretty cool, man.
yeah, exactly.
This is family. Vin Diesel walks by.
Yeah, you don't know family. Out on the street, the fight continues, and at the end of the alley, you see a garbage truck pull up. I don't know if you guys noticed.
Yep.
So it pulls up, and the two garbage men jump out, look at the fight, and then take off.
Take off.
But it's so far in the background because I was deliberately looking for shit. So far in the background that I was like, was that relevant? You could have just had a parked garbage truck there. It's New York. Nobody's going to question that. Like having them pull one in just for the sake of the next, the climactic ending there. Didn't need it. Like, I wonder if there was a cut scene with a close up maybe of the garbage guys seeing the fight, maybe saying something and then taking off because it was just
That could have been Kevin Eastman and
it could have been, yeah.
yeah.
Laird, yeah. Yeah, I was just like, that's unnecessary, but okay, now we have the garbage truck. We cut to the rooftop. Great. Another great fight against the Foot Clan. I don't even like calling them the Foot Clan, honestly. Do they call them the Clan in this?
I think just the Foot.
Just the Foot.
I think they're just called the Foot.
Good. I'll stop calling them the Clan because they're not the Foot Clan. Rooftop fight. Awesome. This is the one where they do that barrel roll.
Yeah.
Shredder shows up again with another iconic entrance.
Where did he come from, though?
Yeah, where did he come from?
No.
So he would have. I'll use my foot. He would have gotten to the rooftop, but then climbed even higher, past the battle, waited for the opportune time, and then
Yeah.
Jump in.
I don't know if it would have been better or too much if they had a scene of from up above behind his helmet of him watching them fighting the Foot. I don't know if that would have added anything to it, but it would have been.
I can picture the shot behind the.
Yeah,
that
just
cool.
so we know he's there.
He's there.
And we have that anticipation of, oh shit, when's he going to join the fight?
Right.
But him jumping in suddenly was also awesome.
Yes.
Without us knowing that he was up there. Now, maybe he jumped down from something. Maybe he can leap tall buildings in a single bound. We don't know.
He's a ninja. We don't
He's
know
got
how high he can jump.
It's, yeah. This whole scene with him where they're coming at him one by one, trying to take him down. Oh, so good. So good. Right?
So good.
Yeah,
it was really good. It just showed the difference of who's the master and who's the teacher kind of thing. Like the kids, the teenagers of the Turtles are not as good at ninjutsu as Shredder was as one. But then together they created the master, right? Like it was the Megazord. No. It was just a great fight scene that displayed as individuals they weren't the best, but as a family or as a unit they were powerful.
What I also loved is, so after they've all failed and he's like dismissed them all easily, they're in a huddle and they're talking about, and we could see him in the back just pacing, turning.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, throw your spear at them right now. Let's just, like, why are we timed out? Like, did they call timeout?
TTT.
And then this guy knows where Splinter is. Great. Then that's when they attack as a team. But he still wins. He still beats them, gets Leo on the ground, has the spear to him. What I would have loved in that moment is him to say something like, "Tonight I dine on turtle soup."
Right.
You know?
Like the cartoon. Yeah. That would have been a great line.
Obviously, that line was by James Avery on the cartoon. Since Shredder was dubbed, why didn't they use James Avery?
That would have been good.
Have been too, wouldn't suit the costume, the face, maybe enough?
Again, we're going to come down to, I'm going to say budget. Do you think that it would have been more expensive to have him as the voice actor or the person that they chose to have as a voice actor?
They could have just paid him a small amount, took clips from the show, spliced them together, and made the lines.
That's true. That's true.
I would have been okay with that. Okay, yeah. So Splinter climbs up. He's standing there. And I don't know if this is the first time we actually get to see him standing fully on his own, not up against it. And it's like, okay. To me, it was kind of almost like a Yoda type moment where we're like, oh, we see all of Yoda finally. Like, it's not just a puppet, you know? So very cool. This is his explanation now. I know who you are. I know your name, Orokusaki. He pulls off the mask and he's still got the scars.
Yeah.
He's really angry now, and all of a sudden, all his training's gone. Anger.
Well, I like that because it goes back to the Turtles fighting Shredder because they were fighting him with pure emotion and continued to lose. And Shredder had nothing but focus. But now that Shredder knows the backstory, he becomes emotional, filled with rage, and attacks Splinter, who's just chilling, and everything goes sideways for him, obviously, or south off the building.
Yeah, I did find it wasn't a lackluster. No, it was lackluster. He just spun the nunchuck, caught the spear, threw him over the edge. I wish the Turtles had actually defeated him, as opposed to him just tripping over the edge.
Because Splinter's he's old and frail, and you can't do too much, nothing too combative with him. And it's just a very quick end to what was a really good fight scene.
Right. Yeah. But
it was also the point of it was that, like you said before, Brett, that the Turtles were emotionally fighting. So at this point, Shredder was emotionally fighting as well. So he lost all common sense, and that's why he tripped and fell over, kind of thing. Like, he didn't have the focus. I think that's where it came down to. You guys are right. Like, Splinter is an old, frail rat whose fighting skills aren't there anymore because he's old. But it was the lack of focus on Shredder's part that caused him to fail.
I don't know how old, we obviously don't know how old the rat is. They never explain any of that. He's not a teenager. I get it. He's old. But they definitely could have done something else in that scene. Like, put somebody in a costume. Have them actually do something rather than just, he's just so stiff and spins that damn nunchuck.
But would it have made it okay to have somebody in a costume late in the movie to do something like that?
For a tight close-up, just so we can see maybe him grabbing Shredder or something. I don't know, something a little more.
More than just the nunchucks? Yeah, I guess.
Turtle suits were so amazing. They did so much with the turtle suits. Couldn't come up with something for this goddamn rat to give us a little bit of something. Maybe he just spins around and sweeps the leg or something. Or uses his tail and sweeps the leg.
Right.
Sure, there could have been something a little bit better. But whatever. He flips over. He's holding onto the spear. And Splinter's giving his speech. And he falls. Mid-speech. Great. He did finish the speech, though, so that was nice.
Yes.
He falls into that garbage truck that pulled up earlier and Casey moved over. Now, he falls into the back. Casey turns on the compactor right off the bat. He was already out of it? Spoiler alert for part 2. He doesn't get squished.
Yeah, this is very nitpicky of me, but for Casey Jones to like, you may kill him in there. Don't go whoops, whoops. Don't allow and draw attention to yourself. Just pull the lever and get out of there.
Yeah. But like, yeah, he falls in and he pulls the lever like he was nearby. I didn't see any time where Shredder could have escaped it.
No,
But
but yeah,
apparently
he.
But again, he's a ninja.
No,
so
no,
you may
I
not-
don't. I don't think he does escape. I think he gets crushed in there.
He
but not
gets
killed.
crushed in there because then at the end, there's the end scene where you see his hand come
Yeah.
out. Isn't there?
coming out of a big
That's part
pile
two.
of garbage.
No,
Or
that's
at the
part two.
beginning of two.
The beginning of two, like his
No,
hand
no,
comes
yeah.
out of like the garbage. So he was in the garbage.
No, what we'll have to rewatch too. But that hand scene is when the dock falls on him in part two.
Yeah, I remember that because then the hand just he dies. But
Well, that's when he takes the super mutagen and becomes Super Shredder. That's when
Roman,
he-
I remember.
that's-
No, wait.
No, I'm
We think
almost
like this,
positive
though.
his hand comes out of garbage.
Yeah,
I'm almost positive.
Yeah, in the beginning of part two. Then, yeah, I don't remember that. I'm gonna have to
Well,
check. I don't know.
Brett, we're gonna have to do a part 2.
If you're game.
I'm game for that. But no, I'm confident Roma and I are right on this one because
I
the
am too
only
because
other intro to Shredder in number 2 is when Raph is in that dump yard, that waste yard, and he Shredder quickly walks by and he's not too sure. Yeah, no, I'm
Yeah, that was the.
confident on the hand out of the garbage.
See, that's what I'm thinking because I know that reveal of him walking by and Raph was like, I think I saw a ghost kind of thing.
Yeah,
yeah,
If we saw the hand that he was alive, then that reveal would suck because we'd already
Yeah.
know he's alive. So yeah, I don't know, man. God damn it, we're gonna have to do 2 soon.
we're gonna have to do 2. Yeah,
Okay, yeah, because I just assumed if he was in there, sure, his helmet might stop from squishing his head, but his body, he wasn't injured at all in this compactor. I don't know.
there was
he'd
lots
be-
of bags in there, cushioned the squish a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cops all show up. The news reporters all show up at the same time because the turtles celebrate again, trying to come up with a new word. And Splinter says it. You know, the classic.
always like bunga.
We went the whole movie and they only said it at the end. It's very strange, but okay, I'm game. That's the end of the movie. And then the awesome rap song comes on.
Absolute banger.
Absolute banger.
So good. So good. It's the end of the movie. No after credit scene. No nothing like that. Guys, okay. Well, do you guys got a review out of 10?
I'll let
Brett,
Brett
we'll
go
start with
first.
you, your special guest.
This is one of the rare occurrences, I think, where my childhood review matches my adulthood to modern day review, and I'll give it a 9.5. This movie makes me so happy every time I watch it, and I don't even think it's just the nostalgia of it all, but I absolutely love everything about this movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna agree with Brett. From childhood till now, this movie beats itself every time you see it. It's the actors were great, the storyline was great, the costumes were great. Everything was just phenomenal. So I'm on the same page, 9.5 out of 10. There's, like you said, Alex, there's some parts like the Splinter part where it doesn't match the cartoon. The foot soldiers don't match the cartoon. Again, I'm a person that if you're gonna make something, you kind of make it exactly the same as the originals or as the comic books, but this one by far 9.5 is it did a great job at making a live action of a cartoon in a comic.
Okay.
I'm anxious for this one.
I'm not giving it a 9.5. I'm also not gonna give it a 2. Okay. There's like Roma, you brought up again, there's just a few things that I would have done differently if I was the producer, the director, the writer. I'm not. These guys are far more skilled than I am, so kudos to them. The movie was great. I love the movie. I watch it all the time. But with the story, the incorrect story that didn't need to be changed, the foot soldiers not being I almost would have preferred, you don't want to do the robot way, then make it the Foot Clan and have that Shredder, when he came to America, he brought the clan with him, the Ninja Assassins from Japan.
Okay.
Just make them all authentic Japanese
I like
people,
that.
the real ninja clan. I would have been okay with that, but robots would have been preferred. Casey Jones was awesome. The turtle suits were awesome. I'm going to give it an 8.
Oh, That is not what I was expecting. 8 is fair.
I would have loved to have gone up to a 9, but I think that just too much adds up for me on my end that could have been done better to, they made the movie because the cartoon was amazing.
Right.
And people love the cartoon and they love those toys. So don't divert from the golden ticket.
Yeah.
Like you change something too much, it could bomb. I don't know what the critics were saying. I didn't look into that. I don't know. All I know is there was an uproar about the violence. A lot of moms, a lot of parents had problems with the weapons.
I guess that's why they didn't bring Casey back in the second as well, because of his violent nature. But like,
Missed opportunity for sure.
Yeah.
On a side note, though, for the foot soldiers being robots, wasn't that something that Kang created?
That's the next thing. That's another reason why I didn't give it higher than an 8. Because we've got Shredder, why don't we have Krang? I would have loved to have had Krang. Alien movies in the 80s isn't far-fetched, right? So you could have had an alien character in this. You could, potentially they would have changed the mutagen story to being alien as well, though, resulting in the mutations of the turtles. But Krang is the boss. Shredder's just the henchman. I would have loved to have seen Krang. Michael Bay did Krang. I enjoyed him. I liked that Krang. The Krang himself, not bad. Didn't look too bad. Yeah. Could have had Krang in this, but I had high hopes for part 2. I know. I was like, if they do a sequel, it's gonna be amazing. We're gonna get more characters, and then we did, and
then we got Vanilla Ice.
hey,
That's a banger as well.
there's nothing wrong with Vanilla Ice. Yeah. So anyway,
Yeah,
I guess we're done, guys. We had a lot of deep thoughts here.
we did.
I
and
liked the deep analysis of the turtles. Stuff I didn't even think about before, but I'm like, oh, it's made the movie even better for me.
yeah.
Did it?
Brent, you don't gotta lie.
Now the
We do
next
enjoy
time
having
watch
you on
it-
the show, though, Brett. That was awesome. You're always welcome to come back when we do part 2. Obviously, we'll reach out to you.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Always love getting the invite for this.
It's fun. It's always fun.
It's always fun.
Part 2 will be very interesting because I don't think I'll score that one as high as I did on this one. I don't know about you guys. But, let's please just right now, let's draw a line and say we're never going to do part 3.
No, definitely no
Ooh,
part 3.
There's one. As a kid, I would rank it kind of high, but it's been a few years since I've watched it. But I've watched it in my 30s, and
No, thank you.
this one hurts.
No,
Yeah.
thank you.
Even the look of the turtles,
No.
they changed
Yeah.
the look too much. You might as well have used the Ninja Turtle costumes from when they were on tour as a rock band. You might as well have used those because
Right?
those were horrible too.
Coming out of our shells.
Yes, that's the one. Yeah. Whew. All right, guys. Guess that's a wrap on another episode. Thank you, everybody, for listening in. Roma, tell them again where they can find us because I always forget.
YouTube, Spotify, Instagram. Give us a follow, give us a like, share, whatever you guys got to do. All the socials and everything are at the end of the video. So shout out to everybody. Thank you very much for watching.
All right,
Let
guys.
let us know if Alex's review is a little bit lower than it should be. 8's good. 8's good.
Should it be higher? We'll see.
Honestly, for a first iteration of the live action, I think your 8 is a little low in my opinion, but that's just me. But I get it. You are critical. You are critical.
In 10 years,
more
we'll do
critical
this
than
movie
I
again.
am, but you're more critical than I am. So yeah, I get it. I understand.
All right. Well, you guys. I'm
Have a good
Mikey.
night, guys. Thanks, Brett.
See you guys.
Thanks for watching 2 Dudes, 1 VHS. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Follow Roma and Alex on Instagram for behind-the-scenes content, and catch the full experience on Spotify too. See you on the next one!